Hello and welcome to another exciting Spotlight series. And today we spot Miss Fridgola from Ericsson, and she's from Thailand. And she will talk about Age AI. What is Age AI, Fridgola? Would you like to put light on it?
What is edge AI? I would reverse that back with a question: where is the edge, right, in the network? And I think it varies. It varies in the different industries and verticals. If you were to think about the automotive industry, for instance, would the Tesla car be the edge, right? So obviously, I think when we look into edge, we also look at our very own infrastructure in telecom, and we look into how we embrace AI across the telecom stack, right? So if we were to think about from the radio access network up to all the services, I think what's important is to be able to see in each of those layers where the edge is, right? And how do you really apply certain models when it comes to whether it's efficiency, whether it comes into being able to expose certain network functions, right? Beamforming, it's a use case when it comes to load balancing in the network, quality of service that goes all the way to the applications, right? So in every domain, I would say in every vertical, there is a unique definition of where the edge is, right? The important part of it is to really understand what the requirements and the purpose of it, right? And to be able to have the right requirements, whether it's on devices, whether it's on the network, to make sure that you can actually turn those insights into actions, right? And I think that's what I would say, in a very simple way, how I explore what Edge AI is about.
So my next question to you, like in Ericsson, what technology are you providing to your customer?
I think here we're definitely looking into transforming and building more and more autonomous networks, right? So we definitely are looking into enabling and exposing different network functionalities. So I would say that would be, so to say, the edge towards the network, right? To be able to interact with the network. So you'd be able to have very intent-based operations in the network. You'd be able to build applications, right? Specifically for the telecom. So what we have actually done is that we have developed an intelligent application platform to be able to interact with the network and abstract the network and really expose certain functions up, right, to the operators, but as well as to application developers, so they can actually innovate on top of that network. And I think that's the important of it, right? So by enabling this aggregator view and exposing those APIs, whether it's the quality of service, whether it's location-based, those are kind of important things for industries such as fintech, emergency services, and so on and so forth, right? So then you can build on that and make sure that you can deliver a unique customer experience, a differentiated customer experience. And that's what 5G, I would say, the 5G infrastructure really helps Edge AI to scale and becomes that connective tissue, so to say, for it to turn into from pilots into mainstream industry cases.
How AGI helping fintech industry? Would you like to put some light?
Whether it's Edge AI in itself or not, right? I think there are different cases. When it comes to fintech, if I look at it from a 5G infrastructure perspective, right, it's really important, for instance, to understand where the location of a user is, if in case of a scam, for instance, right? I mean, we hear a lot of this happening, right? So from a fintech perspective, if a transaction happens, should it happen? Right? That's the question. Is actually the user in the location that's supposed to be? So for a fintech company, it's important to understand that, and prevent it, right? Then of course you have the terminals. Let's look at the terminals for payments in big events. Imagine a Taylor Swift concert, right? We have all been there, where perhaps not in Taylor Swift concert because I haven't been there yet, but we have all found ourselves in arenas and you're standing in a queue, you're about to pay, purchasing your snack, and the terminal, the payment of the point of sales crashes. You have long queues, disappointed customers. So I would say being able to provide a differentiated connectivity for those small, medium enterprises in that context of the arena and making sure that you have a reliable connectivity for that point of sales at that point in time, it's actually quite crucial. Perhaps there isn't much of an edge AI in itself, but that actually really enables the fintech companies to work. I mean, maybe one of the things that I was reflecting a little bit now after this panel we had here at IMC is, examples of edge AI, right? And I would say that a lot is happening and it's in pilot mode, right? But not yet, I would say, in industry and the mainstream mode, right? So I'm really excited about to see what some of those examples would actually be, right? And I think Japan is really showing off some interesting cases there from haptic point of view, XR, VR type of applications, translating emergency services for hospitals, right? So I really hope we can see some of those as well applying here in India, whether it's healthcare or logistics.
Right. So my next question to you, Fridgola, would you like to share one business case study uh, in your entire career, which you feel to be a part of it and you feel proud of it forever?
Um, I think one of the things that's perhaps not a business case, but I think it's been more of an invention in itself. I think about 15 years ago, that's when we actually built the very first coordination center of the future, we called it, right? And an Internet of Things or a social web of things, as we called it. And I think that was the foundation of what we see today in building digital twins, in really being able to create those digital representations and really bring that intelligence to the network. And that was the very first time we started to talk about the need of data interoperability, system integration, knowledge management in itself, and then trying to really push all that context and applied into telecom. So I think it's really great to be here and see how this is coming alive today and talk about democratizing AI, talking about democratizing age AI, how to make it, scalable and so on and so forth. So it's a journey, right? Perhaps not all of it monetizable yet. So to answer your question, whether it's a business case or not, but definitely an invention disclosure.
All right. So what challenges did you face in your organization currently to take this age AI forward in the market?
I think it's in India. I think it's a bit more global than just India. I think it's the whole ecosystem, really, interoperability across the different systems, right? Being able to adopt the open standards, common frameworks, making sure that you have an aligned way of handling this across the different multi-vendor systems. So I think it's a global challenge. I mean, from device manufacturers to the network providers. So interconnecting the dots, I think that's one of the biggest challenges. Yeah, one of the many, I suppose.
Okay. So my next question to you, would you like to share any movie or book recommendation for viewers or young startups or young entrepreneurs?
Book
Or movie?
or movie? Um, think. I think I'm trying to remember, was one of the AI books actually that I have really enjoyed reading. And that was many, many years ago. And now that was all about AI technology actually, and how in its startup. So Thinking Fast and Slow. That's one of my favorite books, actually, as well. Yes,
The written by?
written by Daniel Kahneman. Yes, that was my summer reading this summer. It was a good one.
Thank you, Fridgola, for your time. It's been pleasure talking to you.
Likewise, thank you so much. A bit of a candid podcast, but I really enjoyed.
Oh, thank you.
Well, stay tuned with Business Club TV for more business news then.
Thank you.
Cheers. Thank you so much.